Hello and welcome to another episode with the D365 FO Dude. I'm your host, Brennan Linsmeyer, and today we're going to talk about packing dimensions in reference to containerization. So, if you've ever worked with product that's not rigid and is flexible, can be compressed in some way, and you need to containerize that product while still maintaining a product dim for PIM reasons, where maybe you have the full size, unfolded, unrolled product size, and then you have a compressed size that's then used for containerization. I want to talk about where that is in dynamics and how I apply it. So in my last video, we talked about the physical dimension table, which is on the item itself. We created an item and populated this table up here. So for this BL222, for each, I've defined, and this is in inches, by the way, a set of physical dimensions. And I have an order here that I want to ship 5 eaches of that. And we can consider this like a garden hose. So it's long, technically, right? It's about 20 feet, which is what my physical dimension table is showing me here. It's about 20 feet, and it's about an inch and a half uh, diameter for the hose itself. And so I want to release this, and you can see that I've already released to warehouse, so I have a shipment and a wave. And I'm just going to take a look at the wave itself. Just navigate to the shipment and click on this hyperlink here. Okay, and real quick, I just want to show you my wave template. We have the containerization method here with the step code container. In that container, step code is referencing to my container build templates here. So I'm containerizing sales allocation lines, and I have this container group that it's pointed at, which has boxes, large, medium, and small. And let's just take a look at the biggest box, because this is what it's going to look at first as it does its downsizing method. Just look at the volume, right? That's a pretty substantial amount of volume compared to my product's volume, right? So 66,500 inches, cubic inches compared to 540 cubic inches. So off the layman's eye, it should fit, 5 of these into at least the large box, right? So let's go and take a look at the processing of the wave. And this is where I get the work and the containerization happens. And we can see that the lines could not be packed. And if we take a look at the containerization history, we get a little bit more information. You can see that my container build template was executed, but it went down through the containers in that container group on that template, and it just couldn't fit in the boxes. And if you ask yourself why, because the volume fits, right? It also has to do with each XYZ of that dimension. So the length, the width, the height, I have these hard maximums here. And this is why I could not fit that elongated 20-foot hose into this box. So what do I do about that, right? Like if I have product dimensions that I need for PIM reasons and I need that on the product, and it's not really a difference in unit that I'm measuring, it's really like kind of the compressed or rolled or folded dimension set that I need for this item. Well, the answer is this nifty physical product dimensions table. Now, this was a feature that became mandatory, so this is just out of the box if you're in one of the later versions of D365. And if I click in here, it's a little bit of a misnomer, the physical product dimensions. It makes you think that it's referring to a physical unit, but really it's what I call the packing dimension table. And that's why you have this reference code here of packing. What it's referencing is the dimensions that are to be used in a containerization method. So just like my physical dimension table, I specify in reference to my physical unit, my weight's not going to change, but the size of the hose, let's say I rolled it up in a kind of 2-foot diameter circle. Again, this is inches, and if I'm specifying a unit for volume and my length unit is inch, then my volume unit should be cubic inches. Okay, let's save that. And then let's go back to that wave. And we'll just reset the work here. And we'll give the containerization another try now with our packing dimensions. Let's close these errors, reset the wave status, and then we'll go back to process. And if you take a look now, we actually have no error messages. And if we enter the containerization history table, we can see that we have 2 check marks, which is indicating success of packing. In those 5 hoses now that are rolled up fit into my large box. So there you go. That's the effect of the physical product dimensions table. If I have any difference of how things are put into a box versus how they're stored or how I'm recording the physical dimensions of that product for PIM reasons, I can specify a specific dimension set just for packing and containerization. And luckily, this applies to either manual containerization or wave containerization like you saw here in this video. But this is a great tool that many people may not know how to use. And luckily, if you watch this video, you'll get a better idea of how to approach these challenges in your next project or in your business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.